For more than 170 years, she has been a witness to some of the most important moments in our nation's history. The rush to California to find riches in gold, the creation of vast shipping fortunes, the birth of the Opera House, and American popular entertainment in the years after the Civil War. An elusive treasure, a prized symbol. She has twice been lost and then found under the most unlikely circumstances. This is the story of the Lobero Golden Eagle. The discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill on the South Fork American River in 1848 set off the largest migration in American history. Between 1849 and 1856, nearly 300,000 49ers made their way to California to seek their fortunes. The fastest route to California involved crossing from the Atlantic to the Pacific via the Isthmus of Panama. Using this shortcut, 49ers could travel from New York to San Francisco in only 6 weeks. The richest man in America was quick to see the business potential in the Panama shortcut. Cornelius Vanderbilt, also known as the Commodore, was an industrial-age business giant who built his fortune in railroads and shipping. Vanderbilt intended to dominate the Panama route, and he began assembling a fleet of fast steamships to transport 49ers to the California goldfields. On a cold December day in 1853, crowds at Brooklyn's Williamsburg dockyards cheered the inaugural voyage of a new steamship bound for California. The Yankee Blade was one of the fastest and most luxurious sidewheel steamers ever created, and was key to Cornelius Vanderbilt's scheme to control the California trade. Newspapers celebrated the Yankee Blade's decor and amenities, such as ice houses and bathrooms. And perched above the ship's wheelhouse, a patriotic symbol of courage and strength, was a magnificent, gilded wooden eagle. By June of 1854, Vanderbilt's Yankee Blade had begun transporting gold and passengers between San Francisco and Panama. And over the next few months, it made 2 round trips between the ports. On its 3rd trip in October 1854, however, disaster struck. Carrying as many as 1,200 passengers and hundreds of thousands of dollars in gold bullion and freshly minted coins, the Yankee Blade ran aground on the rocks off Point Arguello near Santa Barbara. Her captain had been steaming the ship at full speed in dense fog in a race with another steamer. By sunrise the next day, 30 to 40 passengers had drowned, and the Yankee Blade and its cargo of gold had completely disappeared under the waves. It was the deadliest California maritime disaster to date. Two months after the shipwreck, a young man named Dixie Thompson was tending cattle on his uncle's ranch on the northwest coast of Santa Rosa Island when he spotted wreckage floating in the kelp not far from shore. Returning the next day with a boat, he recovered a chest full of medical books, as well as a large wooden eagle, the only remnants of the sinking of the Yankee Blade. By 1855, the Golden Eagle had made her way across the channel to the small town of Santa Barbara, and a few years later was said to have been traded for a bottle of whiskey and hung above the bar at Jose Lobero's Brewery Saloon. A recent immigrant from Italy, Lobero was deeply patriotic and devoted to the ideals of his adopted country. On George Washington's birthday in 1873, he opened his opera house, the only one in California outside of San Francisco, and prominently positioned his American Golden Eagle above the stage's proscenium arch. For the next 40 years, the Lobero Golden Eagle, as she was now fondly known, presided over thousands of raucous vaudeville and minstrel shows, magic acts, seances, and legitimate theater. By the late 1910s, however, competition for motion pictures and the new, fancier Potter Theater meant the end of the Lobero Opera House. In 1917, the old theater went completely dark, and the Golden Eagle disappeared from its perch above the stage. For the next 43 years, the whereabouts of the Eagle was a mystery. Newspapers across California asked the public for help in finding the famed figurehead. In 1960, a local amateur historian named Ike Bonilla dreamt he saw the Lobero Golden Eagle high up in the mountains, silhouetted against the blue sky. Driving up windy San Marcos Pass, to his astonishment, he spotted the eagle atop the gateway to a local ranch. It turns out that when the Lobero Opera House closed, the Golden Eagle had been crated up and placed in storage. In 1929, an auction had been held, and a local rancher named Mary Kinnivan had purchased the eagle for $5. In 1961, the Kinnivan family donated the Lobero Golden Eagle to the Santa Barbara Historical Museum. Covered in layers of thick brown paint and worn from decades of exposure to the elements, the eagle bore little resemblance to the majestic gilt figure which had hung above the Lobero Opera House stage. Today, the eagle's white oak body and redwood wings have been stripped of their heavy paint, and the original gesso and delicate gold leaf reapplied. A majestic symbol of American pride and strength, her appearance is now the same as when she first set sail on Cornelius Vanderbilt's Yankee Blade and commanded the stage at the Lobero Opera House, today the fourth oldest performing arts theater in the United States. The Lobero Golden Eagle is now ready to share her incredible story with new generations.